People say the suburbs are boring. Cookie-cutter houses, lawns trimmed like military haircuts, smiling couples waving over white fences, pretending everything's perfect. That's a lie. The suburbs are where secrets go to hide. I learned that the summer I turned 32, the same summer I started waking up at 5:17 a.m. every morning for no reason except anxiety and a loud-ass mockingbird that had a personal vendetta against my bedroom window. That's also the summer I saw my neighbor cheat on her wife. But I didn't mean to see it. That's the thing about truth. It rarely shows up when you're ready for it. It just walks in like it owns the place. We lived in a place called Maple Ridge Estates, which sounds fake because it kind of is. Developers love slapping words like maple and ridge on neighborhoods that don't have a single maple tree or an actual ridge in sight. Fun fact, according to urban studies, over 70% of American suburban neighborhood names are marketing inventions meant to trigger feelings of safety and nostalgia. Basically, they sell you a vibe before they sell you a house. Maple Ridge was that vibe. 2-car garages, HOAs that find you if your trash can stayed out past sunset, block parties where people pretended they liked potato salad. And right next door to me lived Mark and Claire Henderson. If Maple Ridge had a brochure, Mark and Claire would have been on the cover. Mark was mid-40s, worked in consulting, which I later learned is the corporate version of don't ask too many questions, and always wore polos that fit just a little too well, like he was fighting time with protein powder. Claire was softer around the edges, stay-at-home mom energy, even though they didn't have kids. She baked, she gardened, she waved with both hands like she was genuinely happy to see you alive. They'd been married 12 years, or so I thought. Here's something psychologists don't tell you enough. Your gut notices patterns before your brain does. I noticed little things. Mark leaving early, like real early, before sunrise. No briefcase, no laptop bag, just keys, phone, and that same smug half-smile. Claire eating dinner alone more often, standing at the kitchen window, scrolling her phone, waiting. Their arguments, quiet ones. The kind that don't sound like yelling, but somehow feel louder. Once, during a neighborhood BBQ, I saw Claire reach for Mark's hand. He pulled away like she'd touched a hot stove. He laughed it off, she laughed too, but her laugh came half a second late. That's the kind of detail you don't forget once you notice it. Still, I minded my business, because that's what adults do, right? It happened on a Tuesday. Statistically speaking, Tuesdays and Thursdays are the most common days for infidelity-related meetups. Therapists say it's because people feel far enough from the weekend to lie convincingly and close enough to feel alive again. I didn't know that at the time. I just knew I was wide awake at 5:17 a.m. again. The mockingbird had taken the morning off, so I rolled out of bed, grabbed my coffee, and stared out the window like someone contemplating their life choices. That's when I saw Mark. He wasn't leaving for work. He was sneaking out. No car engine, no headlights, just him slipping into the passenger seat of a silver SUV parked 2 houses down. The SUV belonged to a woman I'd never seen before. Dark hair, gym clothes, baseball cap pulled low. She leaned over and kissed him. Not a peck, a kiss, the kind that says, "We've done this before." My stomach dropped so fast I thought I might throw up.
I told myself a story. Maybe she was a cousin. Maybe it was a coworker. Maybe I was tired and seeing things. Fun fact, the human brain will invent explanations to protect your sense of order. It's called cognitive dissonance, and it's the same reason people stay in bad relationships way longer than they should. So I finished my coffee, I went to work, I didn't say a word, but the image stuck. Mark smiling, her hand on his thigh, the SUV disappearing like a bad decision. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. The silver SUV came back every Tuesday and Thursday, sometimes Wednesdays too, like they were feeling bold. Sometimes Mark drove, sometimes she did. Always early, always secret, always gone by the time Claire woke up. Claire, meanwhile, started looking smaller, thinner, tired, like someone slowly losing an argument they didn't know they were in. Once, she brought over banana bread. "I made too much," she said. That's when I noticed the ring. Her wedding ring was gone. The real confirmation didn't come in the morning, it came at night. I was taking out the trash, because adulthood is just a series of trash-related responsibilities, when I heard laughter from Mark's house. Female laughter, not Claire's. This laugh was louder, younger, carefree. The lights were low, curtains half drawn, like they thought darkness could hide guilt. I saw her silhouette move past the window, then Mark's, then them, tangled together like they didn't have a care in the world. My chest tightened. Because here's another uncomfortable truth. Cheaters don't look guilty when they're winning. I eventually learned her name was Jenna. She was 28, worked in fitness marketing, drove that silver SUV like it was her personality. She started coming over during the day, too. Mark would say he was working from home. Claire would be out running errands. Jenna would park in the garage. Real slick. And here's a wild statistic. Studies show that nearly 60% of affairs happen within 3 miles of the family home. People cheat close. Comfort breeds confidence. I started seeing them everywhere. Grocery store, coffee shop, the damn farmer's market. They'd walk 3 feet apart pretending not to know each other. Like cheaters always think they're the smartest people in the room. Spoiler alert, they're not. One evening, Claire knocked on my door. She looked wrecked. Eyes red, voice shaking, hands clasped like she was praying for something to make sense. "Can I ask you something?" she said. That's when I knew. People don't ask questions unless they already know the answer. She asked if I'd seen Mark lately, if he'd mentioned work trips, if I'd noticed anything weird. My heart was pounding, because now I wasn't just a witness, I was a choice. Let me be real. Telling someone their spouse is cheating is not heroic. It's terrifying. You risk being blamed, being dragged into drama, being labeled that neighbor. And there's always that tiny voice saying, "What if you're wrong?" But here's the thing. Silence protects the liar, not the truth. I took a breath, and I told her. I didn't sugarcoat it. I told her about the mornings, the SUV, the kisses, the nights. She didn't cry at first. She went still. Then she nodded like something finally clicked into place. "Thank you," she said. "That's it. No yelling, no breakdown, just clarity." Everything blew up within a week. Mark moved out. Jenna disappeared. Claire stopped baking. The HOA rumors went wild. People picked sides. People pretended they had no idea. Classic. Mark avoided eye contact. Claire started walking taller. And here's the kicker. Statistically, women who leave after discovering infidelity report higher long-term life satisfaction than those who stay for stability. Claire sold the house 6 months later, left Maple Ridge behind. Here's what stuck with me. Cheating isn't about sex. It's about entitlement, about someone deciding their wants matter more than someone else's trust. And the saddest part? Most cheaters don't get caught because they're sloppy. They get caught because the truth gets tired of hiding. The last time I saw Mark was at a gas station. He looked older, smaller, less shiny. He nodded at me, didn't smile. I nodded back. No words, because some conversations don't need closure. People think minding your business keeps the peace. Sometimes it just delays the truth. And once you see it, really see it, you can't pretend you didn't. Not anymore.